All right, hey everyone. Happy Tuesday. So, in today's little training, I want to talk about why you need to stop doing 3 sets of 10 reps on every single exercise, and why when you do that and you do the same exercises and you do the same routine for year on year on year, why you're not getting results. And in the same vice, why 2 ends of the spectrum, why doing the exact same reps, the exact same weight, and the exact same exercises for years and years and years don't work, and why doing random workouts that you save on Instagram every single week also doesn't work. Neither of those work, and I'm going to tell you how to make it work at the end. So, why does like chopping and changing not work? Let's start there. Why does every time you save a workout on Instagram, then you go and do it, and then you do that every single week because it's free and it's easy because it's free and you don't have to invest in it, and it keeps it interesting, it keeps it fun. Like, why does that not work? It doesn't work because you are not giving yourself the opportunity to do consistent progressive overload to get better and practice and get better and stronger. It's the same. I like think of your fitness journey as when you're at school. You don't learn one thing at school and then move on to the next thing, It's often like you learn and then you add to it. And you learn that same principle and then you add to it and you stack on the learning. Well, you kind of need to do that in the gym as well. So when you're jumping between sessions and doing just random things that you've been saving and random different workouts, you're not giving yourself the opportunity to progress and to improve on those exercises, because what happens is you're chopping and changing and you often have to fluff about to find what weight you need to use, how the weight exercise feels. It's really unproductive because you're not able to learn, okay, this is my working weight I did last week, this is what I need to do next week so that I push a little bit harder. When you're chopping and changing between sessions, you don't have the opportunity to do that, and you shocking your muscles just ain't a thing. That's not how it works. No. So chopping and changing, no structure, no progress. You're potentially going to miss body parts. You're potentially not going to have structural balance. You're going to hurt yourself and injure yourself. So flip-flopping about Instagram saved workouts. I used to post workouts on Instagram, and now you'll notice I don't do that anymore because it's stupid. And I was just doing it for clickbait or influencer vibes. No, it's stupid, and you're never going to see me do it because it doesn't work like that. Then let's go to the other end, the end while you're really here. So why 3x10 doesn't work when you're doing the exact same weight, the exact same exercise. Same principle as I talked about before. When you're at school and you learn a new topic, and then what do? You finish the year off, you go to a new year, it gets a little bit harder, right? And then you learn all that stuff, then you go to school again, and then you go to a new year and it gets a little bit harder, and that cycle continues. Because we know our brains adapt. We know our brains learn. So we need to continue to add more stimulus so we get better and better, right? Well, it's the same principle with your muscles. So we want to, do your 3x10 at that particular weight for a week. And then the next week you want to go, cool, let's try and beat that by 1 rep. Let's go. And then you go and do your exercise and you just go 1 more rep on each set. And now you've pushed yourself even further. Because you've pushed yourself, your body has to adapt to that new stimulus. It's going to get stronger. You're going to help build muscle. And then you do that. So now you've done 11 reps at all the exercises. Now you're going to go, cool, going to do it again. Going to go 12 reps. Then you go 12 reps. You've pushed your muscles further. You've pushed your body harder. Now it's got to adapt and get stronger. And then you go, cool, I'm going to go heavier. I'm going to add 2.5 kilos to each side. Now again, the body's got to push harder. It's got to work harder. So it's going to adapt. You're going to get stronger and build muscle. You got to follow that principle. You add a little bit of weight, add a bit of reps, or maybe you're moving better. So you improve your mobility, you improve your quality of time under tension. There's so many ways that you can progress each and every session. But if you just keep doing the same exercise, the same repetitions, the same sets, the same weight over and over again, this is your body. Yeah, you get all this progress and then you end up here. But then you just do the same thing over and over again and you just stay like this. You don't get stronger, you don't improve, because you're not pushing your body. It's adapted to what you're doing and you're not pushing it any harder. The answer is not to shock the system and change the exercises about. The answer is your body's really good at doing this weight. Go heavier. Go do more repetitions. Push the intensity of the muscle. You're already fabulous at the exercise. Push the intensity so that you're moving safely, moving well, but also getting stronger. that is why we want to do progressive overload. We're not just shocking the system by doing new exercises every single session. It don't work like that, because obviously it's going to work for some people. Ineffective. Doing the exact same thing, very ineffective. If you had to pick between the two, don't do either. Get a structured program that's actually going to guarantee you success. Because when you don't have a structured program, you're risking injuries, you're risking like imbalances and lack of structural balance, not doing exercises you don't like but you need to do it. Just biasing different areas, when you see guys that are like huge up top, tiny down the bottom because they skip their leg day. So we want structural balance, and then we also don't want to do the same thing over and over again because we need to push the intensity. And also, you can't possibly get every angle and every exercise done in a session, because in a program, because you'll just be at the gym for too long. So when you do a program for 8 to 12 weeks and then you change it up, it can just be small changes. Like maybe you've always done a lat pull down like this, so now I'm going to start doing a lat pull down like that for a block of training. And maybe you always do like a close row, now I'm going to do a wide row. Maybe you always do a barbell squat, so now I'm going to try a hack squat. You can do variations like that each training block to also train your body in different ranges of motion, in different movement patterns, in different angles of pull. That is a way to build a really beautifully well-rounded, functionally strong, structurally balanced body as well. It's not the exact same thing for 24 weeks of a year. It's 26 weeks of 6 months. I don't know why I said 24 weeks. That's random. For 6 months, we want to have some variety in the training blocks, just so that you can make sure that you're hitting yourself. And then, you might be like, I really want a block where I just hammer my legs a little bit more, so I'm going to put a little bit more volume into my legs for a training block. And then the next training block, I might bias my upper body a little bit, just because as time allows. But you're still doing it for an 8 to 12 week block, focusing on progression, focusing on progressive overload, increasing reps, increasing weight as often as you can. Ideally every week, but sometimes that's not practical. And, sometimes you might have a shit sleep, and so the session decreases a little bit and things like that, or you need a deload week. There's a lot of nuances, but keep it simple. Stop doing YouTube and Instagram videos. Stop doing the same weights and the same reps over and over again, because that's why you're not getting results. Instead, structurally balanced training program with progressive overload. And if you want something that's going to help you do that, and also give you a new training program every 8 weeks with video demonstrations, you track your progress so you know that you're always getting better. I write all the programs, are structurally balanced. You even get access to little physio rehab programs and all those extra goodies. Then DM me Live Strong and let me know that you're interested in the ongoing training program subscription, and I can tell you a little bit more about it. All right, have a fab day, everyone.